up, gangstas? All right, so I am getting cozy for these readings, because I feel like okay, spirituality should be cozy. So yeah, right now the moon is at 85.9% illumination in the sign of Taurus, heading towards that full moon in Cancer on the 2nd. So the energy I'm feeling is this like deep dive, right? Into the emotional realm, right? Going from like the logic and reasoning and the groundedness to maybe allowing ourselves to kind of get a little, I don't want to say consumed, but a little just swim in our emotions, to become a little bit more emotionally aware. So let's figure out who you are and what you need to hear. We're going to start with the Mystic Martian Oracle deck. It is one of my favorites. If you've already been on this channel, you already know I use it all the dang time. So there's that. I've tried to branch out and use other Oracle decks, but I feel myself always coming back to this one and ending my readings with my Kali deck. You know, sometimes it fits. It fits the vibe, it fits what we're working with, right? So let's see. My cat is trying to join us. She's very dark. It's probably hard to see her, but I love her. She's just a little turkey. And she's very vocal. Alright, so yeah, let's see what you need to hear right now. What is your energy? Tao Cixins. Resilient, bold, and sassy, right? I love this card. I feel like I connect hard with this card, right? Very fiery energy here. Could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy coming out through this card, but I'm not making any assumptions, right? So if you are, cool. If not, cool. This is the card of sass, though, right? Like taking no bullshit, kind of beating to the rhythm of your own drum, or whatever, however that saying goes. Whatever. Yeah, so I just feel kind of like I like this. It's that energy of the rebel, right? Rebellion is the root of all revolution, right? It is the root of all change, right? Drastic and necessary change, especially in societal matters. So I do like this. I like this no bullshit energy. I like the way she's got her arms crossed, like you're not breaching these boundaries kind of energy. There could also be a standoffness, standoffishness, because there's kind of this energy of like perhaps not being open to something or receptive to something. With the sass being the narrative of the reading so far, we're going to use my Golden Girls deck. It is also one of my new favorite decks. I love this. But I grew up watching the Golden Girls, so, you know, it is what it is. So let's see. You might be a little bit of a smartass too, like kind of sarcastic. Love that for you. the bat, we're starting off with the Star card, Aquarius energy. This could be you or somebody you're dealing with. The Aquarius is the water bearer, right? So they're known to kind of bottle up their emotions, kind of protect them, because they're so big, right? Because when an Aquarius starts feeling something that's very big, and whether you're an Aquarius or not, this is the energy that I'm seeing here, right? And they're very selective of where they pour their water out into, right? Water being emotions in tarot. And you see she's kind of dipping her toes in it, right? Kind of like testing the waters here. So it goes back to kind of what I was saying about this full moon in Cancer, where we might be, swimming in our emotions a little bit, or like dipping our toes in them, kind of exploring that side of things. We have Four of Wands in reverse. I see a structure here kind of falling away. It's not quite the Tower. However, this could have to do with like household commitments, those kinds of things, right? And we do need certain things to fall away in order to build what we want sometimes, right? So I don't feel like this is unwelcome. With the Nine of Cups, I do see wish fulfillment here. I do see, and it's interesting because I'm seeing more than one energy. All right, the Star and the Nine of Cups is like this very optimistic, like things are happening, dipping their toe into something new, something, and trying to explore, something here. The Star energy also represents kind of being in the spotlight, being well known. But then we have the Three of Swords, right? With the Four of Wands in reverse. So I feel that somebody here could be heartbroken or about kind of what has transpired, or perhaps heartbreak is it's a catalyst for wish fulfillment here, right? Yeah, because I'm looking at Dorothy all in the rain. Her shirt has like the Three of Swords, right? The heart with three swords piercing through it. There could be a third party energy here. Two is a party, three is a crowd kind of energy. But yeah, I do feel, and if you look at the Four of Wands in the upright, there's this couple, they're dancing, they're happy, all that. In the reverse, it's kind of like the ending of that, right? It's kind of like something coming to an end, right? Perhaps you're no longer on a frequency with somebody, or um, you know, and this could be past energy. You could have already experienced this breakup, this catalyst into your wish fulfillment. And that's kind of a big reason why we say, like, be careful what you wish for, because what you want may not be in alignment with what you've had, right? So you might have to release and let go of certain things in order to embark on this new journey. And it could be hard. It could be emotionally devastating even. But I do see that passing, right? That pain. I do see that passing. All right, what else do you need to know? And not to be morbid, it could also not be necessarily a breakup, right? You can lose a partner in other ways. So just throwing out that potential there. We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy showing up. You see you finding your peace, right? And it's interesting with the Sagittarius card too, because it's kind of giving that Aquarius energy as well, the way she's pouring that water into the glass. And then we have Queen of Wands, Queen of Fire, right? Sagittarius is a fire sign. So heavy on the Sagittarius energy there. But with Temperance, before we skip ahead to the Queen of Wands, she's also dipping her toes in the water. That's so funny. The imagery here is very similar with the Aquarius. There could be some kind of connection, the way they're dipping their toes in the water and they're pouring their vessel of water. Very interesting. But anyway, yeah, Temperance is like Earth Angel energy, right? This is having to kind of like control our temper. This could also deal with patience, becoming more patient and becoming more understanding, kind of growing in a new direction. We have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the most envied queen in the entire deck. You see her there with her little black kitty. I love it. But yeah, she is the epitome of like a beautiful soul, right? This is somebody who has good intentions. This is somebody who is building and growing, who influences people in the right direction. This is somebody who is admired, right? People see her as a force of light, right? Also, being fire, you don't want to be on the negative side of the Queen of Wands either, right? Because she can be fierce. So there is that. And I think that's part of the Temperance too, where it's kind of learning where to direct your energy, what to be patient with, what to not tolerate. Heavy on the fire energy in this reading. We have Six of Cups. All right, going to the Six of Cups. Let's talk about it. Six of Cups is somebody that could be somebody you already know or have some kind of rapport with, right? This could be somebody from the past coming back up. I always say taking an ex back is like shoving a poop back up your butt. Probably not the best. It's, I don't ever recommend that. I feel like things end for a reason, and you're never gonna get back that energy that you first had with them, and then it's a whole lot of chasing that past high that you can't ever really retrieve. So, I'm just throwing that out there. However, you might not know them like that, right? This could be a past life connection. This could be somebody that you met and you're just like, wow, you're so familiar. It feels like I've known you for lifetimes. I can talk to you about anything, kind of energy. It could be that familiarity. It could be somebody that you've known and that you've never necessarily been with either. But I do see with the Six of Cups, this kind of union energy. And then we have the Sun card, right? Leo energy, more fire energy showing up. A lot of sunflowers between the Queen of Wands and the Sun. Um, and with the Sun card, this is kind of getting back into your inner child, right? It is the happiest card in the deck because there's no reverse meaning, right? It means what it means. With the Sun card, it's like finding your strength and your softness. And it's finding joy in the mundane. It's allowing yourself to be in the moment and to kind of bask in the good feelings. Um, there's a lot of positive energy here. A lot of like restoration of youth, right? In your spirit. It feels like, oh yeah, feels like even if you've had to like go through tower moments or you've had to lose and let go of certain things, it's like there's still hope for wish fulfillment. There's still hope for, um, joy and connection later. And perhaps something that might be more fulfilling. Yeah, I know how to shuffle, I swear. Try that again. I also feel like looking at the Taotian and how she's kind of closed off and reserved, I feel like you're being called to allow yourself to be open to new experiences, to maybe not be so closed off or so like dead set on staying in this energy of the Three of Swords. It's kind of like allowing yourself to be pulled into this sun energy to allow yourself to enjoy again. I'm hearing that song by Cher. Do you believe in life after love? Could feel something inside myself. Yeah, really don't think I'm strong enough now. Yeah, dude. You have to allow yourself to believe again. Be open. We have the Strength card. More Leo energy on the board, dog. All right. Yeah. And it's funny because it was right after I sang that part of the song that I really don't think I'm strong enough now. Yeah, you're strong enough. And tapping into your strength is also like tapping into your softness. Like I said earlier, there is strength in softness. There's strength in restraint, right? And holding back from, impulsive action and things like that. Um, some of the strongest people in the world will appear to be the most docile people in the world, because you don't gotta flex on nobody, when you got it. You don't need to flex. And I feel that you're gonna be really tapping into your inner strength, and you're gonna find it with your inner child. It's allowing yourself to have those good days, to play like a child again. I had a client the other day, when I was tattooing him. We were talking, and he was telling me about how he like he wanted a summer where he was a kid again, right? And he got into a foot race, and then he ended up falling and shit, and consequentially, that is also part of being a kid again, is allowing yourself to fall, allowing yourself to have those moments, right? Because that was the time in our lives when we were learning the most, right? And so it might not always seem like the most perfect or whatever thing. You might fall out of a tree or two, right? Like I tried to jump on a trampoline the other day, and my freaking knee popped out of place. Like sometimes you have to, the body ain't as young as it once was, but allowing ourselves those moments to enjoy again, to laugh, to dance, to skate around, to do the silly shit, like that can be so beneficial to our souls. And we need that. Life can't just be all like work, work, work and serious bullshit all the time. We owe it to ourselves to enjoy and experience this life. Um, all right, let's see. What else do you need to hear? King of Swords, air energy, going back to that Aquarius energy. This could be cutting off motherfuckers, right? This could be setting those boundaries. This could be living in your truth, right? Being very sharp, and unapologetic about it, right? That ties into the strength and the Taotians. You could be open to a lot of things, but you also need to know what energies have that discernment, to know what energies to cut the fuck off, because some of them need to go, right? And it's the things that keep you stuck in despair, the things that keep you kind of like feeling like you're stuck in neutral, even where you're struggling to progress. It's okay to cut certain things off, whether it's jobs or relationships or friendships, family ships, whatever ships. It's knowing what aligns with your highest good and what does not, right? And falling into alignment with that. Yeah, we have Eight of Swords. Like I said, it's like cutting off the things that really make it hard for you to progress. Things that hold you back, people that hold you back, mindsets that hold you back, right? If you're constantly dwelling on the negative or on the hardship or on the pain, you're not really giving yourself a chance. And so I feel that, that's part of what you gotta work on. The Eight of Swords is a self-imposed prison, right? She is literally holding the swords up like it's a cage, right? But She's not in a cage. She might be blindfolded, but her arms are free and she's got swords in her hands. She has every ability to get herself out of that situation. This is a self imposed prison because it is being stuck in holding on to the pain or holding on to the things that are, not serving your highest good. So there's a lot of needing to release, to let go. And to not be afraid to let go, right? Because sometimes it becomes our identity, right? We identify so heavy with the pain or the struggle or the places that we are that we struggle to let go and to move forward into the next chapter. And this next chapter is calling you. You have the strength to walk out of that, right? To leave the narratives of the past behind. You have it. You just need to do it. Because if you want life to feel better, it has to be very intentional. You have to stop tolerating the fact that it doesn't feel better. You have to start doing the things that really align with who you want to be and how you want to feel. And excuses. I feel the energy of excuses keeping you kind of stuck. I can't leave because of this, or I can't let go because of that. And you have to just kind of throw those excuses out the window sometimes and call nature's bluff, and just be like, you know what? I'm just going to have to do what I have to do. Alright, anything else before we go into the Kali Oracle? I guess not. Mahakali. You can trust that what is happening now will give way to a new expression when the time is right. That right time will be the best time when your readiness matches the requirements for success. Attend to your work with determination and hope in your heart. Trust that the divine is taking care of everything else. Your progress is spiritually protected. Dakshina Kali. She appears fierce, and yet she is benign. Her oracle brings a message that a situation which may frighten or intimidate you is well within your capacity to handle. No matter how dramatic or intense a situation may appear to be at this time, it shall eventually be little more than a passing memory and not have any negative bearing upon your future. Sri Bala. Commit entirely and without hesitation to your most passionate inspirations. Their genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you may recognize. Believe in yourself even if no one else does. It is not imagination that drives you toward your destiny, but the instinctive recognition of your true purpose. Kalaratri. A process of profound and enduring transformation is leading you toward a powerful rebirth, free from even the most persistent patterns or pains of your past. Your soul is in deep healing. Recovery can be painful, but you will emerge renewed and released. You are blessed to experience a new life within this lifetime. That is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you all, and I will see you soon.